It's a wonderful Thursday here with two men in a room. Signal should be shooting out to people right now. They could join on live. So we just give it a few minutes. But how's your move doing? You moved last week. How was your move? Was it good?
It to me, moving is stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say that, I understand some people give them a month to get settled and all that good stuff. See, I'm different. When I move, I guess my anxiety kick in till I
Mm-hmm.
want everything in place, in in order within a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So come to find out, I put my bed together wrong. The post is on the opposite side, and I got to reverse it in order for the poles to go up so I could decorate my bed
Right.
like a canopy. So I got to take the bed all the way down apart and start over, and I hate it.
But you're
Cause that
almost there.
I'm almost there. So, but
You're almost
everything is done
there. Mm-hmm.
except my bed. Everything else I think I did in a timely manner. It's everything is everything. But moving could be stressful. It's just too much. It's just, I mean, you find out that you have more stuff than you really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and then I really find out that I just got too many shoes and too many clothes. It just don't make sense. So I got two closets in the
It's a
master bedroom, but the closet's not big enough.
it's a spring cleaning kind of moment, I guess.
Spring cleaning kind of moment. So I mean, moving could be what you make of it. You know, you got to get the U-Haul and
Mm-hmm.
determine how many miles and all that good stuff. And you got to find help to help you move. And so it wasn't bad, but it could be exhausting. It could be
Mm-hmm.
exhausting. You know, you got to take days off from work and all that to get everything done. But yeah, it's just okay. It's okay. You like moving or you don't like to move?
Um, we'll see pretty soon. We'll see pretty soon. I see a move coming in my future. So,
Okay.
welcome to Two Men in a Room. I am your host, one of your hosts, the angriest man in Orlando, and my wonderful co-host is back.
I'm the nicest man in Orlando. I'm back. I'm Vernell, also from Orlando. So I have a quick question for you.
Yes, go ahead. What's the question?
Okay, so I don't think it's so much of a controversy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Simone Biles' mom finally spoke out and trying to reach out to her
Right.
because
Heard.
of and some people saying it's only because she won all these gold medals, she's an Olympian and blase blase. Some people say that Simone should give her a chance because she did leave her with her dad, per se,
Okay.
instead of, she didn't grow up in a foster home and left out on the streets somewhere. So I get both sides of the story. So what's your take on it?
Okay, I don't know the story specifically, but I did see the articles where the mom did some interview
Right.
and says she's trying to reach out to her. First thought is, yeah, maybe trying to see because she's just in the Olympics, she's, you know, won medals, but she was in the last Olympics too. She's been in a couple Olympics so far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct with that? Okay.
Yeah, you're correct.
So I don't know if it's simply a, you know, I want to be in the limelight too thing, or it might actually be maybe she reached a point in her life where she's looking back now and saying maybe I need to address this situation and kind of talk to her again about it. Maybe they've had a talk in the past about it. Maybe it didn't go so well, so maybe she wants to try to reconnect to see what's going on. Uh, I don't know. It's being pulled up because of the Olympics. I think if this was done like in December of last year, maybe you wouldn't have heard about it. Maybe she would have just tried to connect. And I think with the Olympics, people trying to do interviews, trying to get scoops on stuff are now going out to pick up a story that might not be there.
Well, she did say that she wants Simone to reach out to her
Mhm.
whenever she's ready, and
Mhm.
to ask whatever questions she need to ask to heal for herself. And I think that was great of her. Um, I guess it's the timing for a lot of people, and
Right.
like you said, it's the Olympics and all that good stuff, and so, but she said, she gave her that option, and hopefully one day that she will call,
Right.
because the mom is still in a rehab house.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Again, I don't know the details, so yeah, this is new
right.
to me.
So
Okay.
I personally think um Simone should just hear her out,
Mhm.
so that the mom can move on as well, if
Mhm.
there's no connection there after the fact. I mean, because her mom gonna always be her mom regardless. It's up to
Right.
Simone to mend things between them. Um,
Mm, th- th- there's personal responsibility to that too. It's not on Simone that her
no,
mom left her. It's on her mom. So her
right.
mom needs to find the way to connect to Simone. If
Well,
Simone ends up
and that's
not
what she's trying
wanting
to do.
to,
I think that's what she's trying to do.
mhm,
That's why I say, but she says she's giving Simone all the time that she need to call her and reach out to her to ask whatever questions she need to ask, so they
okay.
both can heal and move on with life.
But
I'm
if
just
Simone's,
saying,
I
huh?
mean, if Simone's fine with the way it is right now, then there's not much that should happen. I should say.
I mean, correct,
Right.
because Simone, what, 27? I believe
Yeah, because
the
they said she's getting old for gymnastics, which
right. She's
I
the
think
oldest
by 30,
gymnastics.
32 year out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and maybe and everything do take time. But I at least think eventually Simone should give her that. That way, the mom could heal from it. Simone could heal, or they could just move on with life after the fact, if that's something that Simone choose to do or whatever.
Right.
But anywho, so
Okay.
so what you got going on for tonight?
Okay, so we'll start off with an easy one. So you got your move done. You're on your own now.
I'm,
Are
I'm
the expenses of living on your own hitting you yet?
I could say yes, and then I could say no, right? I say
Mhm,
yes in the manner of, instead of splitting rent, now you got to pay the whole entire rent. Then I
mhm,
moved somewhere where spectrum and internet, all that was provided. Now
mhm.
the community that I'm in is not provided, so that's an extra bill.
Okay, okay. Mhm,
Um, then also where I moved a little further out. So now, I can either pay tolls to get to work faster, or take the alternate route to
mhm,
get to work. So yeah, it hits you differently because you're on your own. Now, don't
mhm.
get. I do love staying on my own, right? Um,
Right.
because everything is left nice, neat, clean, organized. And I'm not saying it wasn't that way before,
Mhm,
but yeah, it's different. It's different. Uh, I really like it, but yeah, it could be challenging when it comes to, because rent is expensive. Uh, Wi-Fi or internet is expensive. So
right.
yeah, you got to kind of like, you're paying more rent now. So now I got to try to figure out, or cut back on spending when it comes to certain things, So
Right.
yeah.
Well, the good news is, was it Tuesday's report? Inflation is going down. Prices on most things are going down, except for auto insurance, home pricing, and what was the other category? There's one other category, but basically the staples that you absolutely need.
Right.
Those are still up.
I think insurance is a gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your insurance, and let's say I got Geico, right?
Okay.
And thank God I haven't been in an accident. So you haven't been in an accident in 2-3 years. I think they need to come up with an idea or a master plan and reimburse you a coin or two. Because back in the days, you pay for 11 months and the 12th month be free.
Yeah, they had a thing with, I think it was Allstate, a disappearing deductible.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you put a $500 deductible in case you get into an accident, you pay the first $500 of the cost to replace it.
Right.
If you drove safely each year, they would take $100 off. After 5 years, you would have no deductible if there ever was an accident. But those are disappearing, and I think they're trying to keep profits up at these insurance companies. The cost of repairs went up incredibly high over the last couple of years, and a lot of people are now faking insurance claims because the cars they bought, they paid way too much for. They can't trade them in. So you're going to see a lot of insurance fraud happening now.
Oh yeah,
Simply
I've
to
heard of that.
get out of the vehicle and try to get into a new vehicle that they want. So repossessions are up and insurance fraud is going to be up. So they're going to use that opportunity to say, we need more money for the insurance because we're paying out these claims and prices are still high for vehicles, even though they're dropping. And they'll still try to say, oh, well, we need to be able to afford to run our company. In reality, some of these CEOs are making hundreds of millions of dollars. So you're affording it. You're
Right.
affording it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. They need to just give out an extra coin or drop a month if you
Right.
accident free, nothing going on, no claims, something. Because it's ridiculous how auto insurance is expensive.
Right. Well, one of the questions I keep getting asked myself and popping up is, if inflation is going down, why is it still so expensive for everything?
Right.
And the answer I've been giving out, which some people kind of explain it differently, is just compound inflation. So if you have 3 years where your prices went up 9% the first year, 6% the second year, and 3% the third year, yes, the inflation cost went down, but in reality, buying that item today versus buying it 3 years ago, which is not a long time,
Right.
the price of the item went up 18%.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a negative year, which they're not trying to have negative years, your price is never going to be the same as it was 3 years ago. It's never going down.
No.
And I don't think people thought that when they were hearing, oh, inflation's going down, it's better than it was 2 years ago, but the prices never came down. That's the problem. So a lot of people are still paying much more than they were paying years ago, and that's why a lot of people, I think, are actually bunking together now. You're seeing families live together, 3 generations in some cases.
Oh yeah. They was
And
talking about.
a
I
lot
had family
of
members actually just talking about that, moving together because of what's going on.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're seeing apartment shortages. Not necessarily home shortages, but apartment shortages. I've noticed the prices have been fluctuating a lot, but they are heading down, especially in the southeast region. And I think the reason is a lot of people are moving out or moving in with roommates or family members. And so you don't have as many renters. So these apartment complexes are being forced to lower the rent to get somebody in there because the property taxes are still going up. The value of the property is staying high right now. So the value on the property is how you get the tax. So the higher the value, the higher your taxes are going to be. And then a condo crisis doesn't hurt either. Well, it doesn't help either. It hurts. There was one condo complex, I believe it was in Port Orange, Florida, where they were charging the people who bought their condos an extra $100K for the year.
That's crazy.
As an assessment. They were never paying for the maintenance of the building. So they were essentially like giving them a break on the assessment charges each year until the law passed that all these condo places have to be fully have to have a full balance on their reserve to cover maintenance costs because of the Surfside condo complex that actually what happened? The water line broke and the whole complex fell. So there was a law passed in Florida where condo complexes now have to have a full reserve to fix those type of issues. And so everyone's getting the bill now. And it's some of these places were really like not charging anybody anything apparently. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you know, you have to have a roommate these days in order to meet your budget and everything else because everything's so expensive. You know, rent alone is stupid.
Right.
So,
it's going down. It's not down enough, but it is going down. So what I would say is if your lease term's coming up now in the next couple months, hunt around. You can still find deals, and this is the time of year where a lot of kids are coming down to go to college. UCF, USF, University of Florida, FSU. So those areas around those colleges do try to jack rent up to get the kids in because you know they're going to be here maybe a year. Maybe they'll bunk with somebody else. Maybe they'll stay. So they try to get them in at a high rate. And then after 4 years, they'll lower the rent again to get regular people in. So that's another thing. So search around, hunt around, and you'll be able to see some rental rates that are a little bit better than last year. But again, it's going to take a while.
It's going to take a while. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Yes. So with this economic crunch on us, I have a question. Okay. I've been hearing a few things, polls saying Kamala Harris is going to win the election. And she's coming out and saying that on day one, fix stuff and make things more affordable. So my question is Kamala Harris the vice president right now?
Is she the vice president right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that the vice president has some say in the government to create laws?
The vice president, I think, should. If not.
Okay. If they can't, would you at least say the vice president can persuade the president to help pass laws or even persuade the government to help pass laws that would change stuff?
The vice president, I don't want to say persuade. I think the vice president should have a say-so, right?
Okay.
You're right. That she should have a say. Well, whoever the vice president should have a say-so, you know.
Okay.
So
So my next question is, why the hell are you saying you have to wait till day one of your presidency to actually do anything to fix any of this stuff? What?
Okay, but
Can
maybe
you explain that
because
to me?
it all depends on the scenarios of it all, right? Maybe she can't do nothing until or if she's elected president, right? I mean,
Right.
because Biden, um, he probably just feel like the last little minutes in the chair, he got
Mhm.
this and he gonna make the decisions and whatever. And she probably just giving him nothing but respect. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing things out there. Hey, I'm gonna respect him his last little term, let him do what he need to do or whatever. Because I mean, I feel like
Okay.
she should have any vice president should have a say so, right?
Right.
Whether the president takes heed or not, that's up to the president.
Mhm.
So it's there's variables when it comes to all that.
Okay.
So I mean, it is what it is. But if she's saying it, there's a reasoning behind it. That just that's just me. You know, other people could think differently.
That's
So you know, it is what it is. You know, I tend to think, all of them lie or tell a little
okay.
fib here and there just to be elected, right? And
Mhm.
then once they get in the chair, then they do their own thing.
Okay.
So I'm good with whoever the president is. It is what it is. We got to respect the decision that the voters made and hope for the best.
But you do put up a valid argument, and I want to test that for a minute. So, if let's say she's tried to talk to people, she's tried to get laws passed and they're not listening to her because Joe wants to ride out the rest of his presidency. But yet we're seeing that Joe is mostly hanging at the beach, not taking any questions, doesn't seem to be doing anything. Do we really know who's actually running stuff right now?
I mean, it could be a toss up, because you've seen him hanging at the beach or not taking press conferences or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
That still don't mean he's not doing his active duties, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying because I try to
No, no,
think,
no, no. Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to get a
abroad,
different perspective.
right, for
Yes.
everything. So I'm just saying because he's still entitled to go to the beach to trigger his little toes, get a little suntan or whatever he got going on, because he knows this is about it or whatever, and move on with life. So with that being said, he's still making some decision because he's still the active president, correct?
As of now, yes.
Okay.
He is the active
So
president.
it's just not like he done abandoned his position. He's just out enjoying the moment right now and not taking on more conferences than normal, I should say, because they know he have whatever he
Mhm.
got going on. He can't remember. He can't whatever he got going on. So it is what it is. All I can say, we all pray, hope for the best, and
Mhm.
hopefully things will be turned around in everyone's favor for the good, and that's all we could do.
I don't know. I'm kind of getting a different tone.
Okay.
I'm kind of thinking this is kind of conspiracy wise that we should have a Harris presidency.
Okay.
I think we should experiment with that. I'm not voting for her, but I think we should experiment with it.
Okay.
Y- You know how you see the really hot person at the bar and you think, oh my gosh, they must live a really great life and
Mm-hmm.
they must have like all the greatest stuff and they go to all the great places and everything's great. Like they must never have a sad day in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so you see them week after week, they're always there. They're always talking to somebody. Things are always looking good. One day you finally get the courage to go up and talk to them and say, hey, we should go out sometime. You guys go out, and it is the worst date of your life. Worst date of your life. This person was completely not what you thought it was going to be.
And it happens. It happens.
It wakes you up to the reality that you really shouldn't have gone the way you went with that.
Okay.
And so I think if we go through another 4 years where inflation goes up, things get expensive, taxes go up, they want to do all green energy, so fuel gets cut off, maybe you don't have enough fuel prices go up. Maybe then people would finally like look for somebody who's like more practical, more logical, and not all of this like hoopla and emotion. And I gotta say this. It's on both sides. There's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides right now. I see both sides. And so I say maybe we should go through this experiment and see what happens.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Because that do happen. Oh, right. I seen this great person, this guy. Oh, he da-da-da. But when you finally touch the grass of the fence, it's not what you thought it is. Right?
Right.
So, but that's not in every case. Right? So there's always a what if. Right? Mm-hmm. So what if she do get there and surprises you, then what?
Well, then the country keeps on rolling, I guess.
Okay. No, I mean, because it always could be a what if, So I'm pretty sure she's not trying to set herself up for failure. I don't think nobody want to do that. But
no,
it is what it is.
I think with what she knows, she is doing her best.
And I'm
going to say that.
That's what we can, that's all we have to ask. Even with you and I, we ask for each other best, And long as I see that you're giving your best, I'm proud of you no matter what. Because you showing me that you're giving me your best. So, and that's all we can ask of her if she's elected, or whoever, give us your best, So, yeah, that's neither here nor there, but it is what it is.
Okay. I'm throwing that out there.
Okay.
So that wake up November 7th, Harris Walls is the team that won. I'm going to say, okay, let's see where this goes. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So let's turn to something a little different. How do you feel about autonomous vehicles?
It's scary. I don't know. I really don't know yet. I don't know yet. Why did you ask?
I have a video of Chick-fil-A working with an automated driving little vehicle to deliver your food to you. So I'm going to see. Let me see if I can get this video up here. Do some crack producing over here. Oh, I think I got it. All right. Let me know how the sound is. And we're going to play.
Will it turn in? Wait, look, it's turning. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Where's it going? What do you do?
To retrieve your order, enter your phone with SMS. The doors open and close.
It's so cute. Is that it?
Bye.
Is it bicycle wheels? Look at it back again. This is my dad. This is hilarious. It's so careful.
Yeah.
It's going. Okay, thank you, Mom.
All right, did you see all that? Hear all that?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of that little thing? Rolling up to your house to deliver your Chick-fil-A.
Cutest little thing. I think it's the cutest little thing. It's questionable. I think it's okay to, because little like as tiny as it is, it only can have one meal at a time. I could be wrong. And I think it's cute, right? But how many of those little doom buggies, because that's what it look like, a little doom buggy, that they will have to produce in order to keep up with a lot of orders? I mean, I think to me, it need to speed up a little bit too. It need to go just a little faster.
Okay.
But other than that, I think it's cute. I think it's a great idea. Because I was once saying, is my food still gonna be hot when they get there? So I'm pretty sure they have the thing that is in. But it's no different from you going to Chick-fil-A and going back home and then eating. Because some people, like I have a best friend, he don't eat in the car. He have to eat when he get home. You know me, I'm a bust the bag open and start on a fry in my beverage and, you know, chop down on a nugget or whatever. But other than that, I think it's cute. I think it's a great idea. And let's just see where it go at. I think they're going in the right direction. If it's anything like when you go to a Chick-fil-A, I think it'd be great.
Okay.
Would you not want that?
Definitely got to upgrade the bicycle wheels to some heavy duty, you know,
right,
off-road even vehicle wheels and tires. But for an experiment where it looked like it was a simple little neighborhood, probably not too far away from the store, I think it's a good start.
It's a good start, yes. They need to go a little faster.
Not sure. Yeah, not sure how a semi-truck would do with that thing driving around and cutting it off at a stop sign.
Right. Because if it's in the middle of the road, there's a car behind it, right?
Right.
So to me, it's I have traffic concerns.
Yes.
You know, because now, especially somebody like you in a Corvette, you gonna go around it. You know, eventually.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for that thing.
Right. So I think a lot of people are going to go over. So I have traffic concerns about it. For one, it's too slow. And I understand it looked as if it was in a great neighborhood, of course. But like how far was the Chick-fil-A restaurant was from the house? You know, so yeah. But I think it's cute.
If it could go a little slower, maybe it could do sidewalks, but not everywhere is paved to have a sidewalk. So you might, you're right. You might have to speed it up a little and
Right.
get it up to about 25, 30 miles an hour.
Correct.
So you
Correct.
yeah. But it's a good idea if it saves on the Grubhub, Uber Eats prices. I think it's better for them. Um, I've missed getting some food from one of those drivers, and it's not the best experience to try to get it because you're waiting 20, 30, sometimes 45 minutes to get the food the first time. And then let's say they go to the wrong apartment number, they go to the wrong house, they bring you the wrong food. You have to wait another 30, 45 minutes to
Mm-hmm.
get back to you a second
Right.
time.
Right.
So I know Chick-fil-A is a lot better with that. I don't think I've ever had an order that was wrong from Chick-fil-A. So I'm trusting that they would put their own good service into that vehicle. Also, that the vehicle bring it to you hot, bring it to you fresh, bring it to you correct.
But it looked
So I
like it
think,
only had one cup holder. What if it was
well,
a
I think it could fit 3 of the cup holder
okay?
cartridges where you could put a couple cups in it. It looked like there were 3 spots.
Okay.
So, and you there, maybe even make another little top shelf for smaller orders. So I think it's experimental. They're probably going to try 1 or 2 orders at a time just to see how it goes. Figure out how many you're going to need. This will work better in a smaller market
Mm-hmm.
where there's less traffic. Houses are closer to the restaurant. A restaurant in a city where you have mostly businesses, I don't think it's going to work that well.
If you think about all
There's too
the
much traffic.
if you think about all the Chick-fil-A that's here in Orlando,
Mm,
and you think about the areas that they in, like the one on Sand Lake, you have to cross major intersections just to get on so that's not going
right,
to work. You have
right,
one on Sand Lake down there by Turkey Lake, that's not going to work. So
right,
it seems like the restaurants have to be in a remote area,
right.
to in order for this to work. But who are we to say? I mean, we'll wait and see, right?
We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they can get it off the ground. I know the autonomous, what was it, bus vehicle we had in Orlando that actually got hit by one of the Lynx buses.
Mm-hmm.
There was a report out in San Francisco that the Waymo cars, which are autonomous driving taxis, they actually have a lot where they're supposed to go to at night and shut down. And the problem is they were going and running into each other, sounding their horns at 4 a.m. There's a great video on it, and people are starting to really get fed up with it. So I think we're still a ways off from this stuff.
Right, right. But it always gonna be a little challenging when you come up with an idea. So, and hopefully they
Mm.
work the kinks out and go from there.
I think everyone got a little too excited with AI this year. I think people thought it was going to be like turning on a light. You just flip the switch. AI's here. It knows what it's doing. It can do it all, and it's going to be better. And companies and people are realizing you have to actually kind of program it.
Right.
It's actually coming out more like a child where you have to kind of teach it and talk to it so it learns what you're saying. Specifically, I tried using Amazon to play songs. And when I was asking it to play a certain type of song, it couldn't figure out what it was meaning. And it would try to play a different song completely or a different genre completely. And it wasn't interacting as easily as I thought it would. So I think it was having to learn what my tastes were, learn what exactly I'm asking for, and then be able to deliver it. So
Okay.
it's a teaching thing right now. And I think like you're not going to see Terminator. You're not going to see iRobot. You're not seeing any of that. I think you're going to see a lot of learning robots at first, which the cars are kind of learning themselves how things work. And it'll be a bit longer than people thought when this whole thing finally gets up and goes, like Jetson style. So,
Okay.
thoughts on the future?
Yeah, the future. It's coming. It's
Can't
coming.
stop it.
No, you can't stop it. I mean, and it's great that, you know, we go on in a place to where, it's, always gonna be challenging and people have to learn, the AI way and new technology. And so I tell people all the time, no matter your age, you can't be scared to learn new technology because that's the way the world is going. And if you don't want to be left behind, then you have to learn it some type of way, whether it's privately or don't be ashamed to ask for help with an app or how to learn it or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So,
or you can just keep writing checks and
no, child.
letters and
No, it's over. The checks, the letters, I just think like everybody should be to where they need to be. Their coins should be direct deposit. You got Chime, you got Cash App, you got banks.
Don't use Cash App. Don't use Cash App.
No,
They
I'm just giving examples.
Lawsuit.
I'm just giving examples. Like you still come out and go to work, pick up my check. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Okay, so what happens if the internet crashes and gets corrupted and you can't get to your bank app?
Child, go to the teller.
What if the teller can't get on because it's all the system?
So what you gonna do with the check, child? Go to the store and cash it?
If they have cash, yeah.
Because they got to run through the system anyway to see if the check real and all that. So it's the same thing.
It's a promise to pay, so
I don't know.
That's why I carry cash. Carry some
So,
cash on you.
Do you carry only a certain amount of cash?
Yes, don't carry large amounts of cash, people. That's not what I'm saying here. But if you want to carry $20-$40, so in case, system goes down at a gas station and they're like, oh, it's cash only. Well, here's $20. I just need enough gas to get me through to the next station or the next day. And hopefully everything comes up. There are some people who literally bury thousands of dollars just in case of this happening, where everything crashes. They can still be able to buy. It's not like you're going to go out and kill your own food. You're going to start a barrel collecting your own water and everything. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's not safe to have that much cash in your home,
Okay.
I mean, and I understand there are some people that really do that. And your money is your money. We can't tell you what to do with your money. But I'm just saying, to me, it's not that safe. Because you tell one person, see, like that one individual gonna tell somebody else. And then the word gets spreaded. Oh, John or James got 10 bands, 30 bands in his home because he don't trust the bank. And it leads to other things, so I get the idea, but I just don't think it's safe.
Yeah. Set up the booby traps like in Home Alone.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Home Alone. I loved it. So, I like Home Alone.
Yeah.
Any movies that's out that you're planning on going to see. They asked me, my family asked me to go see Beetlejuice. Now, I do not want to go see Beetlejuice.
Why not? Looks good. It's got the original characters.
I have to think about that because
you got a couple of weeks.
It's either because Beetlejuice and Alien right next. I love Aliens. I done seen every last one of them. So I would go see Aliens versus Beetlejuice.
Okay. Alien Romulus is out. Actually, there might be a few showings tonight. Not sure, but officially out tomorrow. So you
Okay.
go see that this week, and then wait, because Beetlejuice is not out till early September. So you got a
Oh,
couple
okay.
weeks on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah, I got to make my way to see Alien. I got to make my because I
okay.
love Alien. I love all of them, so I got to make my way to see it. So hopefully I get a chance to go see it. It won't be this weekend because my grandbaby would not allow it. She's just not going to do it.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah.
All right.
So hey, great show tonight.
Yes. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm in the I when I got home, I was like, I'm finna just take my bed apart. I'm finna just go ahead on and do what I need to do with this bed because I'm tired of it. Then I thought about the show. I said I can't do that because I have to stop what I'm doing, do the show, and then go back to it. And then after I probably finish the show, I'm like, I ain't gonna want to go back to it because I got to take all the mattresses out. I got to take the little boards out, and it's just too much. I just I want to pay somebody to do it, and then again, I'm like, if I get bored enough, I do it. But I'll see. I got to go get a wrench for the size boat. I got to go do that, and I'll go from there probably. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Anything you got planned for the weekend?
Nothing planned for this weekend. If you do have some time this weekend and you want to sit and watch something, the Angriest Man in Orlando channel from Tuesday has a great breakdown of all the D23 stuff that Disney put out, and really exciting. A lot of people love it. A lot of people love that breakdown.
Okay, I got to go on and watch it. Yeah, I got to go on and watch it.
And can I throw out this conspiracy theory because I want this on film before anybody else says it?
Mm-hmm.
What if Bob Iger, CEO of Walt Disney, is actually trying to make the Florida parks just drop off a cliff, sabotage the whole thing because he can't stand Florida?
You actually think he gonna do that? He don't even have the power to do that.
He does, and he has the ego for it. Yeah.
He may have the ego, but it's not going to happen.
Why not?
How you gonna make the park just fall off the face of the earth while people?
You just put a bunch of stuff in there that people don't like, and people stop going, and eventually you have to kind of close them because you don't have enough money to run them.
No, I'm telling you, Disney not going anywhere. It's just not. Universal not going nowhere. It's just not. So
I think he might be angry with some people in Florida, and rather than start building new stuff, he's just going to change everything he's got now to stuff that people may like, may not like, and he's just going to let it just waste away. It's like if you have a summer home, but you can't stand the neighbors and they're loud and obnoxious and you can't sell the house, you just don't go to the house anymore. You just let it sit there and rot and break down. And eventually the neighbors move away because they don't want to look at it anymore. And that's when you sell it and you just get rid of it. You don't have to deal with it.
The only thing I can say, time would tell. That's it.
I'm going to throw this out as a what if on my Twitter. So if you want to follow me, the Angriest Man in Orlando, really fun tweets on there. So yeah, what do you got going on for the weekend?
My grandbaby, that's it. That's
nothing planned.
Nothing planned.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my bed this weekend. I'm going to do it. But just my grandbaby, she already told me she want to get in the pool. She want to go to Crumble Cookie. So
okay,
just see what she want to do. That's basically it. I kind of let her run me, and we do our thing when she here. So we'll see.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
So, any quote of the night or
a quote of the night? Do what's best for you and not for others.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Be selfish. Yes.
Not be selfish, but you always got to put yourself first now.
That's right. That's the definition there.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Check us out next Thursday, 8:00. So I saw a couple people running late and 8 o'clock on YouTube and Rumble. 2 Men in a Room every Thursday. Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week and weekend, everybody. Thank you for the love and support that you always show to us. We greatly appreciate you. And never forget, we love you for free. And good night.
Good night, everyone.